Listen.
Now you done?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 269 of The Brink of Sanity. I am Jay, and with me is Marc and Bry. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? I guess we should respond to make this show a more interactive show.
You just accused me of not responding to stuff, and then I can't even get through the hello.
Bry, so I have an idea. So, what do you think of an app that reveals to your friends your Google searches?
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Do you think that's a good app?
Well, does it randomly if I had the app, would it just send you my Google search, or would you have to open the app and search my Google search? Which way does it work? You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. The app is called Allo, which I just saw the article. I was looking at Google News to see what's going on in the world to talk about in the show, and this Allo app can reveal to your friends what you searched, which sounds mildly horrifying, depending on what time of day they're looking at my searches.
Yeah, my work Google searches are probably okay to look at.
Yeah, at best, my boss is like, "Why do you keep looking up Nick's articles? They suck. Stop looking up the Nick's articles."
Yeah.
Versus you're looking at night, you're like, "Oh,
you're fired.
Just don't come back to work, and we'll just not talk about this again."
They might as well call my night searches the Chatterbait app.
So this Google mobile messaging app, Allo, can reveal your Google search history to people you message, which could have big privacy implications. The behavior appears to be a glitch. Oh, so this is not on purpose. So I was wondering on purpose who would want to just say hey Jay, check out my search for last week.
Yeah, that's really weird. How about just don't download that app ever?
I'm going to go with never downloading that app.
What is that app supposed to do other than ruin your life?
Well, it's Google's mobile messaging app. But also, did you need another messaging app? Right now, I can message you I could text you. I could send you an email. I could message you on Facebook. I could message you on Twitter. I probably could message you on Instagram, Pinterest, Chatterbait, whatever you want. I can message you so many goddamn. On Skype, I can message you.
I can also call you.
Yeah. Why do I need another messaging? It was almost like, I wasn't going to keep in touch with Bry. It's been a while. He's kind of a dick, but you know what? But now that we have Google's mobile messaging, I'm going to reach out to him.
Why did we drop AOL Instant Messenger? Wasn't that the perfect messaging program?
Yeah.
I kind of missed that program.
I think they should pass a law that whatever company wants to come up with a messaging service, it has to be integrated. They have to be all one messaging service. You can't have oh, no. I'll reach back out to you on Twitter if you reach back out to me on LinkedIn, and they all go to one service.
I think anytime somebody comes out with a new messaging service, it just has to be AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go back to AOL Instant Messenger.
I missed the door opening sound and the windows popping up. I mean, that was
the away message.
Yeah, that thing was great.
I have to tell you that when I first got AOL Instant Messenger, which was when did you guys first get this? College?
Yeah,
end of college probably.
Yeah, so college. I got in college, and I remember so if I message you and you were not at your computer, would you? Basically, here's what I would get a message. I wasn't at my computer. I would apologize, explain to someone that I was oh, I had it open, but I wasn't at my computer. Sorry, I wasn't ignoring you.
Right.
Well, you wouldn't feel the need to say that to someone now, because no one would think you're ignoring them, because they would just assume.
Right. So it would be even better.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, if someone messages you and you don't respond, they just assume you're not there, not that you're being a jerk to them. But I don't think when we first had it, I didn't really understand how how you were supposed to do that, basically.
Well, it wasn't. We didn't have mobile back then.
To people, and they were like, "You don't need to apologize. I understood you weren't there."
Well, we didn't have mobile back then, and there was really
some people nowadays. People don't understand the concept of not there.
Yeah,
that's true too. Yeah. So maybe I'm going to say AOL Instant Messenger beats the messaging service that gives away all your searches.
Yeah. I would say so.
And just in case. Snapchat has a new messaging service that gives away your bank account information. I'm gonna say that's a bad idea also.
Did you guys survive the storm today?
Speaking of Snapchat, can we stop with people taking all these stupid pictures with those like animal filters so they look like fucking like weird Disney characters?
I have a dog's tongue.
Yeah, look, I took a picture of myself. This is what I'd look like if I was half person, half animated dog, which I will never be.
In fairness, the first time you saw that, you were like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Then the 800th time you saw that, you were like, "Oh, this is annoying."
No, the first time I saw it, I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
And now I see it and I say, "What the fuck?"
How do you use Snapchat?
No, I had it for like 2 months and then I deleted it
Because
I didn't chat with it because I didn't talk to anybody on there.
You're like, "Oh, this is great. It makes my friends disappear."
Well, I put it on there and then somebody messaged me and I like didn't understand what the concept was, so like I hit read but I didn't read it, and then I went to look at it and it was gone, and I was like, oh, that's the idea of it, isn't it?
I've never really used it. I downloaded it once because someone told me they had because the filters. They said it's fun for your kids to take those pictures with the filters, because your kid will enjoy having like the dog ears.
Yeah.
But I used it for like a half an hour. I actually couldn't even figure out. I was having trouble using it and I just deleted it because I was like, I don't really need Snapchat on my phone.
Yeah. I talked to one person on there and I was like, I can text you on Facebook or Twitter or text or all these other things like we just talked about.
So someone at work explained it to me that so Instagram is I want to share pictures that matter to me. But Snapchat is kind of like being like, yo, what's up kind of thing. Like, just here's things that don't really matter. Here's just what's going on with me. Which is, I don't know why you need to even share that with people.
I thought Snapchat was for people who take naked pictures because they don't last longer than like 2 seconds, except they really do.
Well, obviously that's actually what it's for. But
Except
I mean, the conversation was like, it was like, outside of sending naked pictures, what else do you use it for? Yeah.
Outside of sending naked pictures, like, why do you even need a phone on your camera?
Here, my penis is hanging out. This is what
camera on your phone.
It is kind of annoying for like if you're like a camera company and you're like, oh, thank you phones for eliminating half our business.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we survived the snowstorm. How did you do in the snowstorm?
Oh, it was chaotic. It was crazy here. We had 2 inches, 3.
Yeah, we had
I got 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You're in Connecticut. I got in Long Island. I probably got maybe somewhere around 6 or 7 inches, but maybe a little more. But I also had the rain on top. Wait, Brian, do you have a driveway?
Well, I'm staying at my dad's, and he has a driveway.
Did you have to shovel today?
Use a snowblower, yeah.
Okay. I shoveled, and rain came on top of the snow. So the snow was all like really heavy.
Oh yeah.
So I was pretty beat by the time I was finished shoveling.
I just don't get. I see all these news specials of people freaking out at the supermarket. Does everyone just I don't have a house. Does everyone just keep their house devoid of anything edible? And then when they think they're going to get snowed in for 24 hours, they have to run out and get groceries?
You're only allowed to go shopping when the news says you're going to die tomorrow.
Like, I see people with 4 loaves of bread. Like, it's going to snow for 1 day. Why do you need 12 sandwiches worth of bread?
It never made sense to me. I don't know what people think are going to happen. Like, you're going to be like, oh, you know what? It's going to snow tomorrow. I'll just go the next day when no one's at the supermarket.
Well, I always compare like situations like today and yesterday of oh, everyone's going to go stock up on stuff to those days when they're like, hey, we should boycott, nobody should buy milk tomorrow so we could teach all the milk companies, or they always say oh, we should not buy gas on Wednesday the 20th because it'll teach all the gas companies not to fuck us over. But everybody just buys double the amount of gas the day before and the day after. And it's the same thing. Last week was National Women's Day and somebody was like, oh, what if women don't do any shopping? Nobody will make any money or any business. It's like, well, that's what happened today. Nobody fucking went to the store and everybody's going to live just happily ever after.
Well,
yeah.
So...
I mean, in a related thing, one of the issues is women aren't paid as much, or they do the national immigrant day and the immigrants aren't paid. They don't make that much money. They're like, hey guys, why don't we take a day off to protest? And they're like, oh, I kind of need that money. The whole point is I'm not doing very well.
Right.
I can't really afford that day off, jackass. How about you do, instead of a national day off, you say national give your salary to them for 1 day. You take the day off and give them your salary.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be actually doing something for the people.
Why is milk always the thing that sells out first?
I don't know. People like milk. What
the fuck is it with milk? It's snowing. I got to go buy milk.
What kind of milk do you guys drink?
Almond milk.
1%.
Why almond milk? Are you lactose intolerant?
Yeah. Was on my 30th. That was the present my body gave me for my 30th birthday.
Is anything not wrong with you?
No. As soon as I turned 30, my body just fell apart.
Okay, ladies. I can't digest milk. I wear a mask, and I can't pass the CPA. Sorry, Jay.
Did you get your results?
No, but I know the results.
Maybe you passed.
Yeah, maybe.
What would you be encouraged if it's like? Because if you get like a 70, would you be encouraged?
Yeah, because I think I got in the 60s.
Okay. Yeah, Bri, do you what's new with you, Bri?
My girlfriend got a new dog.
Pregnant? She got pregnant? That's crazy.
Oh, she got a puppy.
Oh, I like that story better. Can we go with the pregnant story?
No.
What kind of dog?
He's a Beagle Basset Hound mix. He's 8 pounds.
Why can't people go 24 hours without milk?
What are you saying?
We're back to milk.
Okay, so
maybe they drink a lot of White Russians.
At one point for the show, I made I thought we were gonna do a top 5 things that drive me crazy, and we were supposed to do it. And this was like months ago, and I never read my list. And since milk is driving you crazy, can I do my list also?
Yeah, sure.
Should we go around things that drive us crazy?
Yeah.
So for you, people buying. Well, first of all, Jay, what if you were like, you're always like, hey, why are you buying milk? Why are you going to the store? And then Hurricane Sandy happens, and you're like, your girlfriend's like, oh, Jay, thanks for making us not go shopping yesterday. It's wonderful that we can live the next 5 months without milk.
Yeah, because usually you're locked in for 5 months, or it's 24 hours, 2 to 3 days at the most.
People were kind of screwed in Hurricane Sandy.
Hurricane Sandy was different. This is a snow.
Every snowstorm could be Hurricane Sandy, Jay.
Right. Like, okay. I just don't get why you need milk.
You should go to the store and just shout at people.
Shouldn't you be buying?
Why are you getting that milk?
If you're worried about being locked in, shouldn't you be buying non-perishables anyway?
That's a good point. I drink whole milk, which I like better. Things that drive me crazy: leaving the refrigerator open, even at someone else's house. If I'm at your house and you're doing something in the kitchen, you leave the refrigerator open for too long of a period of time, I almost lose my mind. I have to close your refrigerator.
That bothers me too.
That drives me crazy. Bri?
Who are these people that are leaving the refrigerator open for more than like 10 seconds that are driving you nuts?
I've been at so many people's houses where they just leave.
Like they just leave the fridge and just like walk away, like and go out to a concert or something, or.
No. But they'll be making something. They'll open the refrigerator, get something out there, and while they're doing their thing, the refrigerator's just open. Like maybe 30 seconds to a minute.
Like if they're taking out like a sauce or something, they leave the fridge open.
Is that like a Jewish electric bill type of thing, or like what's the cause of that?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's my Jewish heritage. Like maybe like back in like ancient Egypt, we like were beaten to death with like refrigerators that were open. I don't know.
Like, oh my God, the electric bill is gonna go up because of the fridge.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I feel like you leave the refrigerator open too long, you're wasting energy. It's such a waste. There's no reason to leave the refrigerator open that long. Get what you want and close the goddamn refrigerator.
You also might break your refrigerator.
I don't know if it'll break.
Okay, so those are both irrational.
If you let too much heat in, then you could overtax the thing.
Have you had this happen to you, Jay?
Yeah.
You broke a refrigerator by like leaving it open too long?
I think it was a combination of that and having too much in the fridge, because then it's harder to like cool off.
What were you? Are you sure?
Are you sure you're not making this up from InfoWars? This sounds like an InfoWars.
Maybe I just had an old shitty fridge.
Yeah, maybe you're like, hey landlord, that shitty fridge didn't work. Did you open it? Yes. Did you have stuff in it? Yes. There you go. You broke it.
Was it plugged in? Yes.
Are you trying to cool things that are warm? Can't do that. You have to make sure they're already cool when they go in there. I'm pretty sure, Jay, you're wrong about how that breaking it that way. Anyone else have things that annoy them? I got a list. So
Honk anytime somebody honks a horn.
What if it's like honking a horn to like save a life?
That's the one exception, but that almost never happens.
What if it's honking a horn to save a life, but the idea for saving a life is telling someone to stop smoking because that'll save their life in 20 years?
I mean, people just honk at everything.
I do like the fact like there's certain parts of New York City where like if you honk, they say a $300 fine, and I want to see someone get the $300.
I do too.
fine.
Where is that? For the Trump Tower?
Probably.
And if you honk, if you leave your hand on the horn for more than 2 full seconds, your car should just explode.
Or basically, like you're basically it should emit some kind of gel that burns your hand.
Yeah, you're an asshole if you do that. Honestly, if you're not like in imminent danger from an accident and you hold your horn down for more than 2 seconds, you're just a dick.
Okay, so you live in the city, Jay, so there's proportionally more horn honking than where I live or where Marc lives.
It's constant. I can't walk out of there's probably a horn honking right outside my apartment right now.
Okay, I was also looking at I was watching these videos. I was watching like with my kids before. I was watching like videos we like shot over the years of them like in our apartment when we were in the city, and I noticed when watching these videos the loud honking, and I'm like, the city was so goddamn loud. Here we have nothing in the background. It's just quiet.
Oh my God, I need to get a house.
Jay, here's a question. You're driving your car. You're second in line at a light. The light turns green, and the guy in front of you does jack shit, just sits there. What do you do?
He has to like count to 3, and then I hit my horn.
Yeah. Jay's like, I'm not going to honk my horn. I'm not going to be that person.
No, I mean, I wait. I wait like a good 5 seconds, which is 4 seconds longer than you need to start going after a green light.
No, if it's a left arrow, you have like to the count of 2.
Okay, but just so you would. So here's the question, Jay. So you would honk the guy after a 5-second count?
Yeah, because that's like alerting him that he needs to move. Like some people honk as soon as it turns green, giving you no reaction time. Those are the people that need to die.
Okay, so now you can honk your horn for imminent danger, and the person
yes, you
in front of
lawyered me. You got me. There are other applications to the horn rule. Yes.
What if the person in front of you, you're at a place where it's right on red, and they're not going? Would you honk them to let them know that it's right on red?
No, because then I have self-doubts that it's right on red. This actually happened to me like last week. I was like, he's not turning and it's right on red. Maybe it's not right on red.
I sometimes have been in the situation where I'm not sure, and I'm in the front car, and I'm waiting for someone to honk me, so I'll turn. If they honk me, I'll break the law and just turn, whatever. Oh, I guess it must be like, go through red lights, Dave, if they honk me. Anything else you honk for? What if the car in front of you says like honk if you like InfoWars? Okay, my number 2 one, Brian. You have anything that annoys you? I know it's hard to have a list when I didn't tell you about this until just now.
There's still people that run.
People that run.
There was a thing. All right, so we got this blizzard here today. My blood is boiling today. Does anyone know anybody in the mafia that I can call?
Our old roommate does.
So the local reporter, there's some girl who's in the town. She's been standing in the snow all fucking day, like reporting every hour, like, oh, well, we get 10 inches, we get whatever, and showing all the cars stuck. And then she does this clip. She goes, oh, there was one guy who enjoyed the snow today. And they played this clip of this guy who was jogging down the main street of this fucking town in like, he had like his Camelback on, and he had like his sunglasses and his headphones, and he was like, oh yeah, I love it. It's great day. I want this guy I want him dead, and I want his family dead.
Do you think?
I want to know.
Do you think when he wakes up that morning, he goes, the weather's pretty awful. I will totally get interviewed on the news today if I go for a run.
He was like, oh, it's a great day for a run. I love weather like this. Yeah, can't beat it. I want him dead. I want to know who he is. I want him and his family dead in a painful way. I saw a little while later, there was a report that somebody got hit by a plow 2 towns over from where this guy was. I hope it was him. I really do. I hope it was him, but I'm sure it wasn't.
So running.
Yeah, like you can't like you have to run in a blizzard. That's how like lamely addicted you are to this this activity that
that's
nothing.
Casually coming up at work the next day.
I'm 3 years old, and Brian wished dead of my dad because my dad likes to stay in shape. That was nice of him to wish dead of my dad. My dad's now dead.
No, that's not true. No, that's not true because I wanted his family dead too.
Oh, I'm his nephew. Now I can't ever go over to my uncle's house anymore.
I
'cause
want
you killed
everyone
him.
who knows him. I want him dead.
I feel like that's not even I want to stay in shape. That's like I want to go into work and not so casually bring that up within 2 minutes of talking to everybody.
By the way, he was clearly gay, so I don't think he has any kids.
Well, Brian, gay people have kids too.
Well, that doesn't matter. That's not why I hate him. I hate him because he runs.
Well, let's cut to Jay at work. Hey, Jay, how was the storm for you? I went running.
Oh, good. That's I definitely wanted to know that.
Did you go running? I went running in the snow. I'm so crazy. I went running in the snow.
Oh, am I not getting excited enough? Holy crap! You went running in that weather?
I know. High five. Have gay sex with me.
All right, what's your next one?
Okay, my next one. So I don't know about you, but when I get into bed at night, it drives me crazy if I don't get into a made bed. I only want to get if the bed is like not made from the day like night before. I will even make the bed before I get into it at night.
Huh.
I've done that, but it's not a thing for me.
It's a thing. I mean, I will get in at times when it's not made, but I really prefer it to be made.
Didn't that used to be a thing for you, Bri?
I used to make my bed every day.
No, I know. I remember once I sat on like the edge of the bed to like look at something, and you walked in and knew.
I used to be crazy about my bed. Now I just don't care.
What's changed for you, Bri? You like something inside of you die, and you're like, forget it.
Yeah, I just realized it was who cares.
What was your thing with the bed? Like anyone like Jay just sat on it, and that was like you sat on my bed. Now I have to spend the next 20 minutes doing my bed again.
It was just an OCD thing where like I'd have my bed made all the time.
You had a lot of OCD things.
You used to be OCD, and you're no longer OCD.
Kinda, yeah.
Bri used to put all his change in
just,
like
stopped caring.
Bri used to put all his change in neat little stacks. Buy coins.
You should why don't you have you should do it like a self-help thing for people. There are a lot of people that with OCD, and you'd be like, your answer to all your problems: stop giving a shit about life.
Just check out.
Yeah, you check out on life, and then no, it no longer matters the bet is made or the coins are counted. It doesn't matter anymore.
It was a combination of like laziness and not caring.
I don't know if it's an OCD. I don't think I really have OCD, but I really prefer to get into a bed that's made. There's something about getting into a non-made bed that I don't like. What's next on your list you guys didn't make?
Just saying.
Just saying.
Does anybody end a sentence with just saying without being a complete cunt? I mean, nobody ever says something nice and then just saying. They're always an asshole when they say that.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, what you just said is completely wrong.
People,
just saying.
What?
It's really good when you guys talk at the same time. Just saying.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Bri.
Oh, I was gonna say people don't say this, but like you see it like on Facebook or Twitter when people say AF instead of S fuck. Like I'm whatever AF.
Yeah.
It's like shut up.
Yeah, if you're gonna curse, curse.
I hate every form of acronym that's become since the internet, and the one that drives me crazy also is ISO, in search of. Because people always post they're in search, in my town there's a message board basically, and people post they're in search of stuff, and everything I'm always like, ISO nanny. What's an ISO? In search of. God,
I didn't even know what that meant. I thought it was short for isolation.
Yeah, but ISO is the one that's SMH whatever one also I hate.
We knew that one. Yeah.
Shake my head, that one.
Yeah.
Shaking my head. Yeah, anything you wouldn't say in reality, in real life, you shouldn't say online.
Right, LOL.
Yeah, LOL. There's a comedian who's like, are we this crazy? Are we all this happy that we're all laughing out loud all the time?
Yeah.
My next one was wife freaking out. Oh yeah, when I'm driving the car and my wife as the backseat driver will freak out about something that she thinks I don't say. Oh my god, the car! I'm like, the only way we're gonna hit the car is because you're screaming.
That's how I get that too. I think it's a wife-girlfriend thing. My girlfriend does that too. And I'm like, if you're gonna backseat drive the entire time, I'm just gonna pull over and you're gonna drive.
Yeah, like the only way we're getting an accident is because you're saying something like, I'm driving, it's my job. I saw the car. No matter what, I saw the car. Okay.
My entire family does that. My dad, my mom, my sister, everyone hates how everyone else in the family drives, and they all feel the necessary to comment on how everyone else is driving, and it just stresses out the driver.
Yeah, I'm to the point where I like if you see a car coming, you don't think I see it, let us die instead of you mentioning it. You guys have another one you guys just thought of?
Anytime I see a pair of Beats headphones.
Why?
Because they're not good headphones, and I know somebody paid triple the price of what they're worth just because it has a name brand on it. I know they don't. When I see somebody with Beats headphones, I know they do not give a shit how their music sounds.
I've heard that. I've never used them, but I've heard they're not that great. Like you can get much better headphones for less money.
They're about $40, $50 headphones that they charge $300 for.
I mean, I get like that. You package something, you put a price on it, and people fall for shit all the time.
Like I get. Oh, I don't get, but I can kind of see like clothes because that is all about like the name brand. But like when you're talking about electronics, you want something that's a better quality. Like why would you pay 3 times the price for something that sucks?
Well, clothing to a certain extent, I know we're all falling for the name brand of stuff, but like you're even dumb. It's just as dumb.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think the clothes is dumb too, but it's not like there's a significant it's not like you're buying shitty clothes for a lot of money. Like the expensive clothes are good quality clothes.
Right, and even you're also kind of buying a name brand because you're like, I want people to think I wear name brand stuff.
I mean,
you're not getting a headphone going, I want people to think I listen to name brand headphones.
Yeah, you are. That's exactly why you're getting those.
You think so? People are like, I think people just get Beats because they think they're good because they do zero research. Just think that's
no. I think it's a status thing. The fact that
they think it's a trend.
Yeah, I think the fact that you spent $300 on headphones, you want everyone to know that.
I mean, that could be true. I don't even know. I couldn't even fathom getting $300 headphones. So
it's the same thing as mine are 150 and they're like 10 times as good as Beats.
I couldn't even fathom getting $150 headphones either. I just can't imagine paying that much money for headphones.
But it's the same thing as getting like a Michael Kors purse. It's like it's 5 times the price as whatever brand purse, but you want everyone to know you have Michael Kors.
There's nothing I understand less in this universe than women with their purses and how they pay like $300, whatever, some purse. You're like, first off, every purse you buy is ugly. No matter who manufactured it,
right,
it's a bag. It's a fucking bag.
Yeah.
Wow, it holds your lipstick. They all fucking hold your lipstick. Who gives a shit?
I used to drive my girlfriend crazy because I would just get a black plastic bag and throw my stuff in there and like walk around with that. She's like, that's so ugly. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I have all my stuff in the bag.
One of the first things my wife, when we were dating, got me. I used to, when we go somewhere, like traveling, I put all my toiletries in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do.
Exactly.
And she got me like a leather or maybe faux leather, I'm not sure, like case for your toiletries. And I used that till today. But like, I'm like, she's like, you can't use a plastic. But don't you? It was almost like she was like, where were you raised?
Same exact situation. I have like 2 or 3 bags that I didn't buy just because the plastic bag made her insane.
Yeah. Bri, do you do anything like that? Is there anything you own where you're like, it's more of a name brand than anything else? Like if you paid too much for anything?
Not really. I don't even know what's like popular. So I just buy whatever I don't think I have anything. I mean, I guess my iPhone, but
yeah.
But I mean, I didn't buy it because I wanted an iPhone. I was upgrading, and I was just like, well, fuck it. The new Samsungs are exploding, so I might as well.
Right.
I don't want my phone to explode, so I guess I'll get an iPhone.
iPhones are
really
overpriced,
popular?
but they don't explode.
I got the iPhone because I'm newer to the whole smartphone thing. I only got the iPhone because I figured 8 billion people have the iPhone. At least like if something happens, I could ask everyone a question. Versus getting like something that everyone else doesn't have and be like, oh, I don't know why this doesn't work. And people be like, oh, why don't you get a fucking iPhone so I can help you with this? And legitimately, iPhone's a decent. Like I don't know which is better, but it's a decent phone.
Yeah.
Or okay. Next on my list was I think I've talked about this on the phone on the show before, but this drives me insane. Brian, would you just throw a piece of garbage on the street?
Probably not.
Jay, would you throw a piece of garbage on the street?
No.
If you saw someone throwing a piece of garbage on the street, would you be like?
I would honk my horn.
Yeah. Would you be like, what? I mean, even if you don't verbalize to say it to them, but at least your head would be like, what the fuck? Why is he throwing garbage on the floor? At least in your inner monologue, would you say that to yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I see that every time somebody smokes a cigarette and just throws it.
That's you stole my thunder, Jay. That was my cigarette thing. Why do people think the need to like, if I'm smoking a cigarette, oh, it's totally cool if I just throw it on the ground because that's what's acceptable.
I have a right to litter because I smoke.
Does the box of cigarettes say this will cause cancer? Please dispose of on the floor.
I don't get it.
Like I don't understand in what planet do you think it's okay to throw on the floor? I've almost said something to people about that, but I haven't.
The my front door neighbor is such a disgusting bitch. She hangs out her bathroom window and chain smokes and just leaves a stack of cigarette butts until they like fall over, and then there's a pile on the floor in the courtyard outside. And it's just like, fucking why? Also, like, it's nice when we get a cross breeze and then my whole apartment smells like cigarettes even though I don't smoke.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm like, thanks for that.
Not to have this go on forever, but I'll give you my last two. One is straightening pictures. For whatever reason, I feel like the pictures that are hanging in my house are never straight, and every time I walk by them, I straighten them. I don't know if you guys ever you straighten pictures like 3,000 times.
I don't think that's something that's annoying you. I think you're crazy.
Yeah, I probably am. Maybe I am OCD apparently. As I talk out loud about this stuff. But every time I see these pictures in my house, they never look straight. So I'm always like adjusting them and adjusting them and adjusting them. And my last thing is, so this is not even like, it's just like where I've come in, where I am in life, where like we waste food. I was at my daughter's they had a thing for her preschool.
I waste so much food.
And all the kids were given like this little meal for the preschool, for this little party they were having. The kids, all 12 of the kids, maybe had 3 bites between all of them for all the food. We sang some songs, and then instead of they threw out all the food. And I'm watching that being like, holy shit. Like, people in Somalia have the right to just drop bombs on us for this. It's just disgusting how we just like go, okay, cool, we're just gonna throw out the food. And I'm like in this school. I'm like, this is what, like, I'm almost the lesson I'm teaching my daughter, who I'm like, oh, we can just throw food out because everywhere in the world has enough.
You know what the problem is? This country's so sue happy. Even if you wanted to give the food away, you would risk somebody like getting sick from it and suing you. So it's easier for places to throw massive amounts of food out than to give it to people for free.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, if I had a restaurant, I would have like a waiver. And I'd be like, hey, bum, you want this food? Sign this. You can't sue me. And then you could have my free food.
What do you think the reaction would be from all the other parents if I just said, like, hey, guys, hey, everyone, before we throw away this food, can we just put it in a bag and I'll find a homeless person because this is disgusting?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't...
And then we'd have to move out of the town because everyone would be thinking we're goddamn freaks.
I wouldn't be mad. I think that's nice.
I don't know if anyone else was thinking this, but I'm like watching. I'm like, oh my fucking god! I can't believe we're doing this.
Well, I get annoyed when I see that at a buffet because you can make your own portions, and I see people like put inhuman amounts of food on their plate, eat 2 bites, and then just throw it out.
Mm.
You got to know how to buffet. You take a tiny little bit of each thing, and if there's something you like, you go back, and then you pile up.
I got to say, buffets are kind of disgusting anyway. I mean, how often do you guys go to a buffet?
Not too often, but there's an Asian buffet in Queens that has some really good stuff.
Do they have sushi?
Yeah, it's like there's an entire like wall of there's like probably like 50 different sushis.
There's a good buffet by me that's like, it's like American food, Chinese food, and like sushi.
Okay, I know I just said buffets are disgusting, but Jay, when can we go to your buffet?
Whenever you want, man.
Okay, cool.
Let me next time you want to do like a Friday after work buffet and then brink, we could do that.
It sounds like a bad idea. Bri, you gonna come in for that?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, Friday.
Well, you're gonna ask like too many hard questions. We're not gonna make this work out.
I go to buffet maybe like once a month. If I stay at the casino, I go to the breakfast buffet in the morning.
Breakfast buffets are awesome.
Yeah.
I had one more thing actually that annoys me. Anyone that says when they're trying to figure something out and they go, you know what, I'm just gonna take the weekend to pray on it and then I'll figure it out. I've had people say that. I've heard that. Like people are like, I'm gonna pray on this, and you're like, I'm sorry, what?
Well, it's kind of like that where somebody posts something like, my dog ran away. Can somebody help me find it? And then people are like, I'll pray for it. I'm like, no, I actually want you to help me find the dog, not just sit there and think stuff.
That's one of my pet peeves is like when people post like things on Facebook and then people post like nonsensical replies. Like I was reading, there was somebody posted a picture of like a dog rescue and it was like somebody needs to rescue this dog before he's killed, and the dog was in New Jersey, I think, and people were just posting like, "Oh, I would do it if I didn't live in California." It's like, well, you're not fucking helping. Like that, like you just want to hear yourself talk at this point.
Right. Thanks
like,
for giving everyone else stuff to scroll past.
Can somebody help me move this week? Well, I would do it if I didn't hate you. Like, okay, you know.
Like the people are coming up with the least helpful things they could say. Oh, you need help moving? I'd help, but I don't have arms. Remember, guys.
Or my another one is like if you pose a question like on Facebook, like, hey, does anybody know a good, does anybody want to go see this band? And then instead of answering, people just like it. Like, well, that doesn't help me.
That's actually I would have to say that is actually a proper use of Facebook, asking a question to people and trying to elicit responses.
Yeah.
And people like it.
I remember I posted a question about like some place. I was like, has anyone ever been to a concert here? Is it good? And I got like 8 likes and no response. I was like, well, what does that mean?
Does anyone have can donate a kidney for my brother? He's dying. 8 likes and no help?
Or you get like somebody like, oh, I just had to put my cat down, and they get like 14 likes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the new additions to Facebook where you can like or happy face or dislike, I don't think that's really helping the conversation on Facebook.
You know, I'm gonna admit something that makes me sound really stupid. Like it goes sort of with what we're saying and with my iPhone. Like when people text me with these like emoticons, I don't know what half of these mean.
I think you'd be stupid if you know what half of them mean.
Like I always see people posting the picture of like the thing with like tears, and to me that seems like crying, but apparently it's supposed to be like I'm laughing so hard I'm crying.
Yes.
Like, but that's fucking retarded.
It took me a long time to figure that one out.
Yeah. I mean, don't you kind of feel like we're a little bit too old to understand the emoticons? Like I understand like a 16-year-old probably uses them, like probably just speaks in emoticon, and that's cool, but I'm just not going to catch on to these things.
Yeah.
Did you see the story of the guy who got a date through a dating site just by texting back emoticons? It was a real story. The guy wanted to see if he could do it, and like it was through a dating site. So she like messaged him, and she wrote, "How's it going?" And he wrote like a thumbs up, and then she's like, "What are you up to?" And like he kept doing that, and eventually he just did the emoticon for a slice of pizza, and she said, "Sure." So he like got a date just by posting emoticons.
No, I'm just quite curious. What hardworking investigative journalist like wrote a story on this? Like, is this like in the New York Times? Like, Donald Trump takes 20 healthcare from 24 million people, and some dude got a date on an app with just using emoticons.
Well, I mean, tweets are news now, apparently. So,
our president tweets a lot. So
it's not even. It's not even our president. It's just like you go to ESPN. It's like LeBron James tweeted a thumbs up today. What could that mean? And it's like, all right, now we're breaking down tweets.
So the weirdest thing is that Twitter is like obviously a very important mode of conversation, right? Like, I mean, whether you like it or not, like the president's tweeting, like everyone's getting their news from Twitter. Yet Twitter itself is losing money hand over fist. Like Twitter itself could go bankrupt.
Right.
I don't know. It's just weird that like this very important app, but they haven't figured out how to actually make enough money off it to make it like worthwhile.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's why the Brink should buy Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take on their debt. But I don't give a crap if we ever pay it because well, it should be great.
We'll take it on. We're not going to pay it.
Local podcast, Brink of Sanity. Jamie Kennedy's a big fan of this podcast, by the way. They bought Twitter. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Say what you're saying. I have a big story that I want to.
I was going to say, I know we do this show and you guys do the Nick show, and we did like 2 episodes of the anti-Donald Trump show that faded into oblivion, but we need to come up with a better idea for a podcast. Do you know there's a podcast that, I don't know if it's a guy or 2 guys, whatever. There's a podcast about how Richard Simmons hasn't been seen in 3 years.
I just saw an article on that.
I heard Howard Stern talking about it the other day. I mean, we need to do something stupid like that.
He really disappeared, which was kind of weird also.
Oh, he did?
Well, I don't know if he like disappeared. Like it just like he wasn't in the limelight anymore. Like
Yeah.
you used to see Richard Simmons on things, now he just went away for some reason.
There's like a clock or like a countdown that says how many days since he's been seen like in public.
Well, that's the thing also. You have to find so our Nick show, I don't know if our Nick show is like content-wise that much better than this show, but the Nick show gets so many more downloads than this show. Just because it's a topic people like, it's a niche topic, so people search for it. Like we needed something else that like it's some kind of niche basically that not a lot of people are doing it. But it would be
we should do a podcast about celebrities that we're not sure if they're dead or alive. And we could just for an hour we could just name names, and then somebody could Google and be like alive, dead, alive, dead.
What was it? John Oliver in his most recent episode did like a joke about, I forget what band it was. There was 3 members.
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees.
Yeah.
And he's like, none of you will Google it, and you have no idea who's alive and who's dead. I don't know who's alive and who's dead. They can all be alive or all dead.
Or not even real people.
Well, so we need. If you're out there, listeners, can you give us an idea for a new podcast that would be? How is the Richard Simmons one like blowing up?
I don't know. I mean, I heard Howard Stern talking about it. If it got to him, he must.
It was in the New York Times. I saw that today. So it must be getting a lot more downloads than we are.
Well, I mean, our original idea was to find the next big show and do a podcast on that.
Stephen writes to me, "You'd be attractive if your nose wasn't the size of a fucking hospital." Thank you, Stephen. I'm glad he can message me. It's really helpful.
Another form of messaging.
Yes. What was the? What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it before, to find the next Lost and start a podcast from episode 1.
We should do like a mystery science theater type where we just we live podcast during a show and just talk about it as it's happening, and how stupid it is.
But you have to find a show that's worth doing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to talk about a show if you haven't seen the show already.
We spent
No, but a live reaction,
Yeah, I mean, people do that on Twitter, I think, already.
The problem is we spent 2 months trying that, and none of the shows last except New Girl, and it's a sitcom, which you can't really do a running show on. All the dramas we covered got canceled immediately.
Also, not a lot of shows are shared where it used to be Lost, everyone was watching that, but now there are a lot of shows, but not many people are watching every show.
Yeah, there's too many. It's too many mediums now.
You have to find a show. It's probably a show on network television, which is usually a worse show anyway.
Yeah.
Or get lucky with an HBO show. But even Game of Thrones probably doesn't have the audience that Lost had.
Right.
But I guess Game of Thrones would be a good one.
I mean, we could do something stupid like American Idol or The Voice. I'd just be like, that person fucking sucks.
Yeah, but I think
we don't have to watch it. We could just pretend we're watching it.
But I think there's probably too many of those. That's mainstream enough, right? There's got to be an American Idol podcast.
Well, the thing is, you have to. What we're trying to do is you have to get a show when it premieres and get lucky on that show.
Yeah.
But even that, yeah.
But how much fun is it talking about one show over and over?
Or actually, what we should do is we should take a show that we want to get canceled and just destroy it, like that Lethal Weapon show.
But then I have to watch that show.
We don't have to watch it though. We can just. I mean, you can just figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably find a recap on a website and then just talk about it. Kind of like I do with the Knicks games now.
Yeah.
maybe we could do a podcast based on like an old show and where are they now? The entire show is just following what's happened to them. Like what's happened to the cast of Facts of Life.
Or we could just take a show and do it real time, but like, 10 years later, like start with Justified and do one a week and then take the, you know what I mean? Like do like a 6-year
like the audio
run.
commentary, like on a DVD, except it's us.
Someone was doing that with what is it? Some old show actually. That idea is someone's doing that right now. Oh, what's that? The one about the president? The West Wing.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's doing a show now covering West Wing. Exactly what your idea is.
Oh, good.
Well, you have to pick a show that's popular. It can't be Justified, obviously. It has to be a show that is popular, like covering Lost, like redoing Lost.
Right.
What show would you redo? Because
Sounds like too much work.
Yeah, it does.
you have to watch the show basically and cover it, obviously.
Yeah.
And people have to give a shit about the show now.
Yeah. We need to find like where's Richard Simmons, like some shit like that, like.
Now there's there's a bunch of people starting podcasts right now being like, where is Richard Dreyfuss?
Where's Luke Perry?
Where's Tootie from The Facts of Life? Where's Luke Perry? I feel like I saw him in something recently.
All right, you guys want to do questions?
Wait, but one more thing I want to cover before we get to questions.
Oh yeah, you have a story.
Donald Trump. Brian, did you know that Donald Trump, for at least a little while, followed our Donald Trump Twitter account?
I saw something about that. Yeah, he must have been looking for good ideas.
Well, Twitter shows you if you're following someone when you look them up, or if they follow you.
Yeah.
When I looked up Donald Trump's real account, it says follows you, as in he's following us.
Not us. Our not
our
Brink.
fake
Our fake Donald Trump account.
We have for those that don't know, we have a fake Donald Trump Twitter account. It's instead of real Donald Trump, it's Peel Donald Trump, except for the L is a capital I.
PEA capital I Donald Trump.
Yeah. So the real Donald Trump, we tweet from there. It's not the most popular, it's not even remotely popular.
It has
Twitter
50
account.
followers.
He got a couple of real followers though.
Yeah.
Some guy from the Boston Globe just followed you.
Oh,
you know what? I started adding people. We should add like thousands of people, basically. That'll get a lot more people following us. Anyway, maybe you saw the Donald Trump thing. He wants to cover the story. So I saw that Donald Trump was following us. I took a screenshot, posted that, and at that time, Donald Trump. You look at his real account. He's being followed by like 12 million people, but it said he follows 43 accounts.
And they're all people in the bubble.
You can't see who he's following. But then when I looked back 2 days later and he saw it showed Donald Trump wasn't following us anymore. And I look at his follows and it went from 43 to 41. So maybe Donald Trump was legitimately following our account. It wasn't like a Twitter error. Maybe he legitimately was like he goes on Twitter and just follows random Donald Trump Twitter accounts because his ego is that insane.
That would be amazing.
The Boston Globe should cover it. Like they should do a news story on this. There's got to be other Donald Trump Twitter accounts out there.
There's a lot of them.
But there's got to be ones that Donald Trump actually follows.
There's like Donald Trump Sports and like all these. Because I keep seeing them and I keep thinking it's us.
Yeah.
There was like one after like when the brackets came out about Notre Dame. About Notre Dame, I think. I
also felt like it's one thing if you message like the Donald Trump account and say something that like you're screwing up healthcare. But when I saw that he was following us, I then felt a little bit like trepidation about actually posting anything about like he's not going to like my tweet and then the FBI is going to show up at my house. I felt a little uneasy with the fact that I thought Donald Trump was actually following our account. Then I felt better about the fact that he probably would come to Queens and like shoot you instead.
Every time I tweet something from his thing, I'm like, yeah, the Secret Service knows about this.
I don't know. Okay, we go to questions. Oh, and also, go to that account. There's a picture posted. You will see a picture of the fact that Donald Trump actually followed our account. And by the way, I keep messaging Jamie Kennedy. He doesn't respond.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, have you not seen that? I've been sending Jamie Kennedy messages.
No, what'd you say?
Let me pull up our Brink of Sanity Twitter.
Before we go to questions, does anyone care that Rolling Stone posted a list of the top 50 stand-up comics, which is terrible?
Do you have the list posted?
It doesn't have Jim Gaffigan in the top 50.
It doesn't even have Jim Carrey in the top 50.
Do you have the list?
I have the page open.
It's a
I have to
terrible.
go like page by page.
I feel like Rolling Stone makes terrible lists just to get people to like bash their lists because they had like the greatest rock and roll singers, and I think they had like Kurt Cobain as number 1. He's got a terrible voice.
Yeah.
So I wrote a couple messages to Jamie Kennedy. I haven't got a response. I said, at Jamie Kennedy, do you want to come on our podcast? Then I wrote, do you like me? Can you like this tweet? Not getting much response from him. But
Mark, I'll give you the top 10 if you want.
let me try to guess the top 10 real quick. George Carlin, number 1.
Nope.
Richard Pryor, number 1.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say.
Oh.
What number is Carlin?
2.
Okay. Lenny Bruce.
What, do you have the page open?
I'm just guessing comics. Is he 3?
Yeah.
What else?
If you can at least guess them out of order.
Yeah.
Since you have the page open, I'm sure.
Is Bob Hope on this?
I don't think he is.
Because I feel like he's a very classic one that they could have been on there. What else?
I mean, there's some people out here that
is Louis C.K. in the top 10? Like number 10?
4.
That's a little high. I love Louis C.K., but maybe a little high for Louis C.K. I don't know.
Dave Chappelle's in the top 10.
Bill Burr is like 20.
Okay, Dave Chappelle, I love that one stand-up special he did for HBO. That first one was amazing, but his next one wasn't so good. I don't know if he should be a top 10. He's coming out with 2 comedies, two stand-up specials that are coming out on Netflix next week.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I like Dave Chappelle. I saw him once. He was pretty funny. Is Mitch Hedberg? Where is he on the list?
He's in there somewhere.
He's he's between 15 and 20. Him and Bill Burr were like 20, 22-ish.
Let me see who else. Is Richard Jennings on the list?
Mitch Hedberg is 20. No,
I bet
he's
Richard.
not.
I was gonna say maybe like the 40s.
They have Kevin Hart, number 18. I mean,
they had Margaret
Bill Burr's
Cho on the
17.
list. So
who?
Margaret Cho, she was on the list. So that kind of invalidates.
Aziz Ansari's on the list. I mean, it's fucking.
Aziz Ansari's not that funny.
No.
He's got like a way but his jokes are all kind of the same.
He's the Patton Oswalt of stand-up, where his delivery's funny, but his punchline is not.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably like Aziz Ansari. I think he's good in comedy acting, but not necessarily. Is Pat Oswalt on that list? Because if it is, you can light it on fire.
He's on there somewhere.
Yeah, he's on there.
Let's see if I can find him.
Who else is in the top?
I have to
10?
go like each page has 10 people on it, so I have to.
The clickbait is so annoying.
Yeah.
Who else would be in the top 10?
Maybe we should just do a top 10 podcast.
Another one?
No, like that'll be our podcast.
Oh, there you go.
And then people can yell at us.
Every week we do a different top 5 or top 10 like we've been doing. We did that for like a while.
Like Reggie Watts.
I don't even know Reggie Watts.
He's the black dude with the afro that's on.
Wait, is Dave Chappelle ahead of Chris Rock?
No.
Okay, because Chris Rock should be probably number 5 or 6 on this list.
Yeah, I think he's 5.
Also, Eddie Murphy has to be top 10.
I don't think he was.
No, he wasn't.
Really? Okay. I would have put him. I mean, like he has 2 amazing stand-up specials.
Pat Oswalt's 34.
Okay, that's 300 spaces too high. Who's that Southern guy? The Get Her Done.
Jeff. Oh, no, he.
I don't think
he's
on there.
No.
Really? He's insanely popular. I mean, like.
Yeah, but he's horrible.
Eddie Murphy is 25.
Yeah, I think Eddie Murphy should be higher. What's his name? Oh yeah, Jeff Foxworthy. Where is he? He's got to be on there.
I don't think he's on there.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay, what's the rest? What else? Who else is on here?
Read all 50, Bri.
Is Dennis Miller
It's gonna
on the
take
list?
me all day to read 50.
I just want to know the top 10.
All right, go to top 10.
It's not a good list.
Stand by, please. Internet's slow here.
Find the list somewhere else besides there. Oh, here we go.
Mort Saul.
Do you want me to just give you the top 10?
I'll give you. I got it now.
Okay.
Mort Saul is 10.
Mort
Dave
Saul?
Chappelle's 9.
Oh, because I have a different list right here.
Oh.
I have a Rolling Stone top 50 stand-ups. I have Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Lenny Bruce, Louis C.K., Chris Rock.
Yeah, I was reading. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what are you reading?
I was reading from 10 down. You must be reading from 1 up.
Well, they said we did, but I didn't have Mort Saul.
Chris Rock, Joan Rivers.
Yeah, Joan Rivers.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby also, his jokes are so much funnier now that you know he's a rapist.
Dave Chappelle, and then Mort Saul's 10.
Mort Saul. Okay, I guess I don't have number 10 here.
Oh.
Who's Mort Saul? That was like the.
No idea.
Oh.
During the 60s.
Okay. Do you want to go to questions now?
Sure.
Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, when did women?"
Wait, question. Wait, before you do the question.
All right.
Who would you do your top 3? Who would your top 3 of all time be?
You know, Brian Regan wasn't on that list, and he'd probably be my number 1.
Yeah, comedy is subjective, really. I mean, I'd have Doug Stanhope in the top 20.
Is Doug Stanhope not on the list? I bet he's not.
No, he's not on the list.
Is Brian Regan on the list?
No. I don't think so.
That's insane to not have Brian Regan on the list. I could see, you know, obviously subjective, but have Margaret Cho and not Brian Regan is like, okay.
This top 3 makes sense to me as far as like all-time greats, and like they set like
influence.
Like Richard Pryor. You might argue the order of this. Like I put George Carlin ahead of Richard Pryor, but I can see the argument the other way. But George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Lenny Bruce, those top 3 make a lot of sense.
I've said this before. George Carlin doesn't make me laugh. I mean, he makes me think a little, but he doesn't really ever make me laugh.
I went through his whole discography of like 7 albums, and one of them was funny.
I don't really know much of Lenny Bruce's comedy. I mean, I know his story, but
George Carlin's got more than 7 albums. But I think he has so much comedy. There's some stuff that's not that funny, but to me at least, he has enough stuff that I laugh out loud, like crack up at. Hey, is Eddie Izzard on the list?
Yeah. 20. He's in he's between 25 and 20 somewhere.
I really like him. Okay, let's go to questions.
So Brian Regan, Bill Burr, and
I like Bill Burr. I'm starting to get into Bill Burr.
He's so good.
I think he's funny. I don't think he's he's good. I don't think he's amazing.
He's a little bit of like the new trendy thing now, which kind of annoys me.
You know, I was watching an older. Speaking of trendy guys, Trevor Noah. I was watching an older stand-up special of his from 2013. It was pretty funny.
I stopped watching The Daily Show. They do nothing but cover Trump now. Like, literally nothing else. I can't even watch it.
I haven't watched The Daily Show since Craig Kilborn was on it.
I haven't watched The Tonight Show since Johnny Carson.
Tell people you're old. Tell them, you know, Jon Stewart as a bad stand-up comic and not the host of The Daily Show. They look at you like, what?
I haven't watched Jon Stewart since he had that late night show on Channel 9.
I haven't watched him since Remote Control.
Is Jon Stewart on the list?
He was on Remote Control?
Oh, no, that was Colin Quinn, right?
Yeah. Is Jon Stewart on the list?
I don't think he was.
He was a pretty funny stand-up.
I would probably put Mitch Hedberg as 3.
Okay, let's do the list. Oh shit. Oh,
I thought we were doing questions.
The Knicks are blowing the tank.
How the fuck are they beating the Pacers?
Oh shit! They were plus 550 at halftime. I was gonna bet on them.
I mean, what the fuck went right / wrong tonight? Porzingis didn't even have a good game. He was 5 for 17. Melo played okay. This team is so goddamn frustrating. They held the Pacers at 74 points. Like, the game's almost over. What the fuck is wrong with the Pacers? You have Oh, my God. I hate the Knicks so much. I hate the Knicks so much. This is the game. Before the game, Jeff Hornacek said, we're not going to make the playoffs. Just want to let everyone know that. And now the Knicks are like, we're fired up to fuck up the tank now. Okay, let's go to the questions. Sorry.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, when did women start carrying their fancy handbags in their elbow crack? They look like Kardashian wanker cloned. Shoot them all, I say. Thoughts?
I'm all for shooting them all.
Sure, sounds good to me.
It's the new, like, mini bags that they could cuddle like a shitty little dog.
I at least I get the bags with like a longer strap, and that's like convenient to carry. Like you can like carry it around over your. I don't understand the little ones. The what they call them, the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck do they have a little clutch? Like it's you have a bag that's inconvenient to carry around.
Yeah, it's basically something they get sick of holding after about 10 minutes and then ask their boyfriends to hold.
Yeah.
Lorenzo writes, "Hey Jay, have you got your emulator yet with all the old games? It's due for delivery tomorrow."
Didn't you order that like a month ago?
Something happened with the guy's computer. He canceled the order and then he emailed me back and said he had it in again, blah, blah, blah. What will be your MO? Play each game one by one or go for the ones you know? I got a mini NES for Christmas, but I'm thinking it was a waste that only has 30 games when I could see ones online like yours with 3,000 games.
You know, Steven sent me that message before, telling me I'd be attractive if I have a fucking giant nose. So I pulled up the message just to because it says like a little thing that you have in your message. I pulled it up. His previous message to me was, "Faggot Jews are ruining the world. Holocaust 2 when? Holocaust? No offense." He had to first he had to make sure correct his spelling on the word Holocaust, and then says no offense.
At least you didn't say just saying.
Just saying. Yeah, I was just thinking that no offense and just saying are two things that people are saying to you because they're assholes.
Yeah, and I have not strategized what I'm going to do with the games. It's a little overwhelming. Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, do you have junkies over there walking about during the day yelling and carrying on? The ones over here always seem to have the latest sneakers like Nike shoes, so it's great to see that my taxes are indirectly being funneled to them. Well, I live in New York, so we definitely have those people. There's a bum by my job who sits on the curb with a sign asking for money while smoking a cigarette and drinking a coffee. You could add that to my pet peeves. Bums asking for money while smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's like you're asking me for $1 and cigarettes are like 50 cents each. So basically I'm just funding like cigarettes. Great.
Oh, Stephen wrote me, "Your family's exempt, but no more kids, though." Thank you, Stephen. So,
Lorenzo writes,
well, at least he made rules.
Yeah, no, like if he's gonna bring the Holocaust back, as long as he exempts me, that's cool. Then it's totally cool, Stephen. Go on.
Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, have you seen the Ringer article this week? Top 50 fast food items in America." Did you guys see that?
What's the Ringer?
It's Bill Simmons' news site. It took over.
Bill, that's all right. I remember when Bill Simmons was a thing.
Yeah, I remember when he used to actually write articles.
So they did like a top 50. I saw this article. I'm not that interested.
It's a terrible. This list is terrible too.
How much you give a shit about fast food items that are not in your immediate area?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they have this great fast food item in Nebraska. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
But next time I don't go to Nebraska, I'll eat it.
I mean, there was just like way too much McDonald's on this list.
But it's also, yeah, I get McDonald's is tasty. A lot of people like it. That's why half America's fat. You don't have to put a list to tell me that McDonald's is tasty.
I think McDonald's is fucking gross. And to have their burger ahead of like pretty much anybody else's burger is kind of a...
I thought In-N-Out Burger won.
In-N-Out's good.
I never tried In-N-Out.
In-N-Out Burger did win, but McDonald's Burger beat out everyone except In-N-Out and Five Guys.
But also, I feel like Five Guys. I guess Five Guys.
Five Guys is so overrated and overpriced.
Okay, the Five Guys Shake Shack type burgers, are they the same category really as McDonald's?
They're not really. I don't consider that fast food.
I mean, it's kind of fast food, but I feel like they're different categories.
Yeah, I mean, like Shake Shack, In-N-Out, and Five Guys are like somewhere in between.
Five Guys. I mean, In-N-Out's kind of fast food.
Yeah,
it's
In-N-Out's
kind of
fast food. I don't know. Shake Shack and Five Guys are like in between fast food and like someplace like Outback or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Outback's like an actual. I guess it's like medium fast. Like,
it's between fast food and like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but then even with restaurants, I would put like Fridays, Outback, and Applebee's, Chili's like as like the shitty restaurant.
The chains.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's like a whole new category. Like they're like separate categories of restaurants.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
But I mean, baked apple pie and hash browns from McDonald's, like they really went McDonald's nuts on this.
Yeah, whatever.
The hash browns at McDonald's aren't any good. They leave a bad aftertaste.
First of all, are hash browns ever good? Are you ever like, oh, the hash browns there are real? I go there for the hash browns.
No. I go for the Egg McMuffins. I'm glad they have the breakfast all day.
Yeah, no, that's good. Let's go to the next question.
Okay, so Lorenzo, Mark hated that question. Hopefully your next one will do better. Lorenzo writes, ants. We have ants. They have invaded our goddamn kitchen. Do you reckon
not ants again.
Do you reckon that Trump has deported Mark's ants to Australia and they have made their way to my house? Who would win in a street fight? New York ants versus Australian ants.
I bet Australian ants can like kill you. They always have they have 7 of the world's 10 deadliest creatures.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Australia's a pretty tough place.
I know I should be like multitasking by reading Steven's messages, but wasn't my intention to offend you. I'm just sick of Jews.
I'm just sick of them.
It always just sounds better and better as he keeps talking. I have seen a couple of ants. I've seen maybe 3 in the last month, which is not that many, but I know we're thawing out. The spring is coming.
Yeah, ants aren't winter bugs.
They're getting ready to invade, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lorenzo,
they're multiplying and breeding, and they're getting their army ready.
I feel for you, Lorenzo. You got to get an exterminator. The exterminator used some kind of gel that worked really well last time. So I'm hoping that and it's supposed to be non-toxic for the kids. So.
It was DEP 8.
I don't know if it was or not. What is that?
It's a hair gel, isn't it?
Yeah.
DEP.
Remember they had different numbers
yes.
for how stiff they made your hair?
Knicks are going to fucking win this game. Go on.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, our prime minister just announced a crackdown on visas for foreigners coming into our country and stealing all the jobs in fast food restaurants. This is not a joke. How devastated are you that you can't come here and work at Macca's? I don't know what
Where
Macca's
is he?
is. He's in Australia.
I wasn't going there anyway.
I don't know what a Macca's is.
First of all, I thought we were all going there because we're going to make a GoFundMe page to send us all to, or is it whatever the page we're going to make to send us all for $9,000 to do the Brink of Sanity in Australia.
Well, I mean, I'm not going there in the next 3 months because I don't have 4 weeks to travel to get there and then stay there and come back.
Brian, you said it. You said if we raise $9,000, you'll go.
Well, yeah. What are we up to? 10 cents?
Well, also the bidding is me, Jay, and then they could pay extra not to have. They could choose where they want you to fund you to go.
They'll have to pay extra to not have me.
Yeah, if we raise 10,000, you don't get to go.
Yeah.
They
give me
get
$1,000 to not go.
They get to choose whatever third host they want.
Okay.
Maybe they'll pick a random one.
But I get the extra 1,000, right? That goes to me to not go.
What if they just pick a one-time host we had?
That would be interesting.
I don't know who the random host would be, but
The random radio guy that Mark likes.
what random radio guy?
Random ass radio.
Oh, John. Yeah.
No, really
Are you-
random, like that high school kid we had on.
Oh yeah.
What about that guy that wants to fuck you that owns the pizza place?
You should
He's-
definitely rip on him because he invited you to the baseball game.
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Oh.
He sent us a message saying he was going to take the 3 of us to a Met game with
all
good
right.
seats.
Oh, good. I didn't hear about this. I didn't get the newsletter.
We
He said
talked
we were
about
gonna
it last
take us to a
episode.
game and pay for the tickets. How are you upset with him?
I didn't
Let me-
know that.
Let
Well,
me
I'll
rip
tell you
on
what.
him.
If he takes me to a Met game, he could take my place going to Australia.
Bri, we recorded an episode 4 days ago and talked about this.
I've been on a lot of cold medication since then.
I bet if you find out why Bry is not more successful at his company, right before they're like, I think we're gonna give Bry a promotion and a raise, and you hear Bry being like, that boss is a goddamn homo.
Or if you hear the live show at the baseball game and it's only me and Mark, you'll know why.
Oh, that's right. The live show. That's right.
Yes, we're gonna do a live show at the Met game because this guy from Two Boots is going to take us there because he's awesome. I hope he's listening because
I
think he's
apologize.
awesome.
I didn't mean it.
I still want to go to the Met game. Bry has given up on life. So
No, I still want to go to the Mets game. I'm sorry. My short-term memory is shot. I was over here. I'm staying at my dad's for several reasons, but one of the reasons is he has a colonoscopy tomorrow, and so he's been doing all the. I have to take him, and so he's been doing the prep all day. So he's like, "Yeah, I can't eat." Last night he's like, "I can't eat, but I need a couple things at the store. Can you go get me Jell-O?" So I said, "Sure. What kind of Jell-O do you want me to get?" And he goes, "Orange." I said, "Okay." I literally left his house, went to the grocery store, which is 5 minutes from my house, and I had to text him. I said, "What color did you want again?" And he's like, "Orange." And he's like, I just told you orange. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I was just yeah. Like I my short-term memory is shot.
It would be really great if then you came back with this like a rotisserie chicken.
So
Where's the Jello? Oh fuck.
in all sincerity, I do apologize to the pizza guy. I do want to go to the Mets game, and I will let you take my place in Australia.
Okay, cool.
And you don't want to fuck Jay. At least I don't think you do.
But if you do,
That's none of my business.
it's okay. There's
That's
nothing
none of
wrong
my
with that.
business.
Yeah.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, here's an office-based question. When someone is leaving and they pass the hat around for donations for a present, what's the acceptable amount? Our office has about 120 people, so I say $1 if you don't know them, 2 if you had some interaction, and 5 if you know them well. Cheers.
I've not ever participated in this.
Yeah, me either. Why would you get somebody a present for leaving? The only way you get a present for somebody you're leaving is if like they told off the boss and they got fired. Then you pass the cup around and be like, good job.
Yeah, the only time we do presents is for a baby shower. And
No.
then I do 10 if I don't like them and 20 if I do.
Okay.
A couple months ago, this girl came up to me and she was like, hey, next week is National Bosses Day. And I was like, yeah. She goes, so we're going to collect $5 from everybody and buy muffins for all the attorneys or no, buy a lunch, like a gift certificate for like where they all go to lunch. She's like, but you're not going to be here next week. Do you still want to do it? And I go, get the fuck away from me. I'm not doing that. Well, even if I was here, I wouldn't do it.
I do think you should never have to buy something for someone who's like your superior at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your boss, you should never have to buy anything for your boss. Like, you know what I bought for your boss? Me showing up and doing my goddamn job. You're supposed to get me stuff. You make more money.
Yeah.
Mr. C writes, hey guys, have you seen Logan or Moonlight yet? Logan is worth watching. Moonlight, on the other hand, is a boring pile of crap.
No, but I every year I go to, they have the movie theater by me shows all the best picture movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been going for like 10 years now. And it used to be one day. They broke it up into 2 days now. So I went this year for one of the days and I saw Manchester by the Sea, Fences, and the one with Jeff Bridges, which I can't remember the name.
I'm so
Hell or
out of
High
it, I
Water.
never even heard of it.
And I didn't go the second day, but I didn't. The Moonlight was the second day, and I didn't go see it. But I really had no interest in it.
How were the ones you saw?
Manchester by the Sea was really good. It was really sort of slow and kind of, I guess, sad. Fences was the worst thing I've seen in 5 years. It was like 5 minutes into it, I just wanted to scream at Denzel Washington to shut the fuck up because he just wouldn't stop talking. I fell asleep for 20 minutes. I left the theater and I walked around for 20 minutes.
What's Fences about? I've never heard of it.
It's a play. First of all, it's a play.
Oh.
So naturally, it's going to be just like all fucking dialogue, and it's about like Denzel Washington's like this old black guy, who obviously is a black guy, but he's like this old black dude, and like half the movie is like him in his backyard, like with his buddy, and he's just like talking like it's set in like the 50s, I think. So like he's talking like how black people talked in the 50s, and like they're supposed to be building a fence, but they don't build a fence because all they do is sit there and fucking talk, and like. It's just so annoying. He just doesn't shut up, and he's an unlikable character.
Wouldn't it be great if they make plays and they make musicals into movies, and you're like I'll see a musical so you play if I want to see a play. Like I don't want to see an actual movie, so let's just fuck with it and like do they should just turn like a baseball game into a movie.
So
the entire movie is just a 2.5 hour baseball game.
So the lady who played the wife in it was really good, and she was the best part of it. And she won the actress best supporting actress for it, or whatever. But then I found out that like they're doing the play, like Denzel Washington is doing the play, and this girl is doing the play, and like everybody in the movie was like doing the play. And it's like, well, then that's kind of cheating. Then if you're doing it every fucking day, like eventually you're gonna get good enough at it that you're gonna try to get nominated for an award. But it was really just an awful movie.
What was the word?
But Hell or High Water with Jeff Bridges was actually really good. It was like a bank robbery movie.
Oh.
Jeff Bridges played like a U.S. Marshal who was like getting ready to retire or whatever. And then there was like these two bad guys, and one was Chris Pine.
Okay.
Is he a person? Something.
Yeah.
He's the guy that played Kirk in the Star Trek movies.
Okay.
And this other guy, they're like brothers, and they go robbing all these banks. They have like this scheme where they're robbing banks. It was really good. It was I didn't know anything about it going in, but it was really cool. It's worth watching. Hell or High Water, if you see it, it's worth watching.
I'm sold on that. That one sounds of the three you mentioned. That sounds the best.
And Manchester by the Sea was really good. I mean, Casey Affleck did a really good job. He played basically like a dead inside character, which I appreciate. But he did a really good job. The movie itself was like, everybody who I saw it was like, oh my god, it was so sad. It was, and I was like, no, it wasn't really that sad. It was just like a slow movie where he, whatever, he did a really good job. Okay. I mean, that's worth seeing too.
Okay.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, I just saw a doco on the 80s and it mentioned the Challenger space disaster, saying that millions of American kids were watching it live and it was a big thing. Do you guys have any stories?
That was my cousin's birthday.
Oh. Yeah, it was a big thing.
It was. I don't think we watched it live.
I don't remember if I don't think I watched it.
We got sent
live.
home from school. I know that.
Did we?
In my school, we got sent home, and then we spent the rest of the day watching it on TV, and we were counting 3, 2, 1, boom! 3, 2, 1, boom!
What year was it? 86?
85 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, so we were pretty young also.
I was in 2nd grade.
That's a pretty sad thing to have watched on TV live.
Yeah, I don't remember getting sent home for that one.
You probably were.
Yeah.
If you're watching that live, and not like, okay, we just watched massive death on TV.
I don't think we
learn about math.
I don't think we watched it live, but we heard about it, and then they sent us home, and then we watched it like all day.
Oh. I can see people being sent home on that. I don't know.
It was a big deal like for kids because that lady was a teacher, and it was like, ooh. And I remember like they did like a thing on Punky Brewster about it.
Oh, I don't remember that.
She wanted to be an astronaut, and then like the week after that, she was like, well, I still want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Don't ask
Finding Punky Brewster will be our podcast. You want to go? Are we up to the Facebook questions?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that next week.
Let's just go quickly.
You always say that, and then we do a 2-hour show. And
I say,
come on,
15 minutes. We can get through all the questions. Let's go fast, Jay.
I gotta be up at 4 in the morning. We can do it. Come on.
I read through these questions. We can get through them pretty fast. Okay, you do. We'll take turns. You go first.
Well, I don't have it pulled up.
Well, that's really helpful. Frank writes.
Jay, you're wasting time. Come on.
I was talking about the paper toilet seat cover last show, not the lid for the seat, which, by the way, the lid is a sneakily good invention. I heard somewhere that if you poop and you don't close the lid while flushing, poop water particles will mist into the air and cover your bathroom. With that said, where would you rank the paper toilet seat covers? I'd say definitely below condoms, but above sliced bread.
Didn't they do a thing on Mythbusters about that?
Oh, that they were. I doubt they actually work. You mean the paper toilet seat or the?
No, like the fecal matter, like in the bathroom.
I don't believe you have shit all over your place when you flush. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
I don't believe. What did they say on Mythbusters? Because that'd be. Really
I don't remember. I remember them doing like a thing about like your toothbrush in your bathroom and like them doing like a bacteria test on it.
I'm sure it's covered in bacteria.
It's like a fecal matter thing or something.
But the person that invented the toilet seat covers is a goddamn genius. I don't think they make much of a difference because I don't think you're getting diseases through your ass touching the toilet seat. But like whoever made that like made tons of money off people's fear. I feel like.
Yeah.
Jaime writes, you guys should do a shot a minute for those shows. Also, if you had to have one superhero, which would it be?
What?
You guys should do. Hey, maybe we have two questions out of order. Okay. Jaime writes, Mark, how many Mets games are you going to go to this year, if any? I will probably try to go to at least 3 or 4. And I'm going to 2 of the spring training games also.
Oh, nice.
Right.
I have tickets for 14 of them, and a game in Washington.
You got one of the it's like a 14 pack, I assume.
Well, with the 7-line army, we got 14 games.
Oh, that's awesome. We have to do a show where we all meet up. Besides the pizza one when the guy buys us the tickets. Let's all meet up at a game. Okay. We're going to do that this year?
Sure.
Okay. Jaime Russ also. And how many more times are you going to try and pass this test, Jay, before you stay at the job you're at and just
Is that really a question mark, or did you just make that one up?
I'm really Jaime.
I'm going to start passing them, so we don't need to worry about that.
That's why Jay didn't want to do the questions.
Also, Jaime writes, okay, I'm reading his question again. It didn't make sense in context. You guys should do the shot a minute for those shows. I guess for the 300th show, we said we were going to do a shot a minute.
Yeah,
I got that part. I didn't understand the superhero part.
Also, if you had to have one superhero to be... you could be one superhero. Yeah. Okay, which one would you guys be? The answer is Superman. Any other answer is stupid.
I would be Cypher.
What the hell does Cypher do?
He can interpret any language instantly.
Wow. You're a
translator. I want to be Hulk just so I can be angry.
With that superpower, you could be the richest person.
Or with the ability to fly, because you're Superman, you'd probably be the richest person. Oh, you could like translate languages. I'm Superman.
How are you gonna make money as Superman though?
I wouldn't want to be Superman because I don't want to have to be a job. I don't want to have a day job as a reporter.
You know, if you're Superman, everyone's gonna ask you for stuff. Nobody's gonna ask you to translate stuff. Everyone's gonna be like, Superman, can you pick this up? Superman, can you clean up this? Oh, buildings.
It's like when you win. It's like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Cypher, we're talking to the Saudis again. Get on it. Cypher, we're gonna have to speak to the goddamn Chinese. Get on it.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my bill. Here's my invoice.
Oh, so basically, your big dream is to have a superhero power so you can send out invoices.
Yeah. So I could get a 4-bedroom house like Mark.
Cypher, I
need superpowers.
I just want a ceiling fan, and the instructions are in English, French, Spanish, and Chinese. Can you help me out here?
Your superpower is something that there are people on Earth that can already do.
I need a superpower.
Your
to have
superpower
Mark's
is Rosetta
life.
Stone.
Your superpower is Google Translate. Jay, you have the worst superpower.
Well, he wasn't too good in the comic either because he hid behind rocks until he died.
Brian, which one you want for the Hulk? Hulk is a good one, I guess, if you want to be
Hulk.
angry.
Yeah.
He's beat. Can you translate Hulk, Cypher?
I've always been a fan of Iceman.
Okay. Well, you want to be cold, so no one can hang out with you?
He's not cold.
What does Iceman do?
Well, he doesn't get cold.
He shoots ice.
Yeah, but he's not. It doesn't affect him. He's not cold.
Yeah. You know how many people were like, "Oh, glad it's snowing today." People don't like ice. They don't like you, Jay. What Jay, am I gonna keep reading the questions, or do you have it open?
I have it open.
Okay.
Steven writes Jay's top 3 video games of all time.
You can skip that. Go on.
I would say Portal 2, Star Control 2, and Smash Brothers Melee. What does Jay want to see get remade with today's tech? See, with the remaking with today's tech, they always make it terrible. So it's a very short list. Maybe Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It says what game.
What game does Jay... Oh, what game? I thought you meant what movie.
You should use all the words in the sentence.
Okay. Well, you did the same thing up top with the superhero thing, so shut the fuck up. What game does Jay want to see get remade with today's tech? Actually, Star Control 2 would be really good. I'll think about that.
How about Pong? Make Pong really awesome. Do you know the guy that founded Atari also founded Chuck E. Cheese?
Did he?
Yeah.
He's doing it right for himself.
There's an NPR podcast called How I Built This, where they profile famous people who invented stuff. And
we should do that podcast.
They're smart. They interview all these rich, famous people. It's actually really interesting too. But I was like, wow, the guy that invented Atari also invented Chuck E. Cheese. It's kind of completely random.
I would like to see Conker's Bad Fur Day with better controls.
Me too.
Okay.
North Korea just launched a nuke. You can't stop it, but you can redirect it. Options: New York, LA, Chicago, Houston, Boston. For the sake of this hypothetical, each city has a population of 8 million.
Okay.
So you have to pick one of those cities to get nuked.
What were they?
New York, LA, Chicago, Houston, Boston.
What's a better question? This
Houston.
question or Jay's idea Steven's previous question of, if you got to kill one person, who do you want to kill? Why is all the questions about killing people?
I don't know.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah, I go with Houston too, obviously. I mean, come on this list, come on. I guess you can make an argument for LA because there are a lot of assholes there.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't get a lot of movies and TV shows.
Yeah, well, if you kill off Houston, you don't get a lot of votes for the Republicans.
Oh no, there'll be no more South by Southwest if we got rid of Houston. Oh no, that's Austin.
That's Austin. So the only thing good in Texas is Austin. So Jason writes, Jason Lee, not our co-host. Why would Mark let his wife go to a bachelorette party? Does he not know that women do there? My girlfriend would never disrespect me asking me something like that. Jason also writes, how are you guys preparing for the snow? I feel like it's overhyped. I heard Queen 7-line subway will have the worst.
Yo, all the above ground subways shut down, so I got to work from home today.
Yeah, I think a lot of people work from home today. Jason also writes, Mark, how many male strippers will you think your wife will be with? Poor soul bringing with Mark for 10 years. She will go crazy with her friends and no children or cuck husband around. Thank you, Jason. These are great questions.
When you say 3-question rule, does that count fake accounts too?
We can't prove it, so no.
I'm going to prove it just so we could read 20 less questions every episode.
Please prove it. In the 3-question rule, though, it's cut down the questions. Do you want to do Ron Jackson?
Mark, do you even care about making your wife sexually happy? Like, both of you are human. If you would have called me, I could have done it for now. She will have stripper Mo dollars grinding all over her, offering his backroom services.
Aren't you glad there's not 30 questions from each person saying this? Rosera writes, Jason and Marks, do you plan on working till you drop dead?
I don't want to, but it's looking like I'm going to.
I mean, yeah, I winning the lottery has not been working out, so probably. I keep thinking about the fact, like, at some point I'd like to retire, but I have no idea how to get there.
Yeah.
I know someone who's pretty successful who told me that he has planned out that he'll retire in 5 years. And he's like, when are you going to retire? And I was like, put a 0 next to that, and that's my number.
Yeah.
Rosera writes also, I have a new Asian girlfriend. I want to lick her asshole, but I'm scared she might think it's weird. How should I do it? I'm going to reject this. I'm going to direct this question to Jay.
Well, I mean, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be Asian. It's all women pretty much. You got to start with your finger first and see if she's repulsed by that. Because if she is, she's definitely not letting your face there.
Brian, would you ever lick a girl's asshole? Or have you licked a girl's asshole?
I have not.
Would you?
Would I? I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think I would not do that. Rosera Ross also right. What is the most embarrassing thing that happened to you guys during sex? Mine was I was banging a girl anal and had human feces on my cock.
I farted once while I was getting blown.
I fell out of the bed once. Landed on the floor.
Pretty sure I farted once.
All right.
It's not really a good one. Yeah, I don't have anything particularly. Jay?
Liam writes, why does Bri have a pic of a rectum hole with a triple design tattoo on his back?
Why do I have a picture of a what?
A rectum hole on your back.
Oh, is that what it looks like now? I can't see myself. It's supposed to be an eye.
So now that the Nick show is on every car in the world, how long until Jason becomes a huge radio star?
I thought I was the star of the show. That's
they banned. There's no more cars. They got rid of cars.
You know what? With our luck, they would as soon as we're in every single car. They would like
President Trump is outlawed driving. Oh, fuck.
Satellite radio's banned.
You're going to be a huge star, Jay, as long as no one bans driving. Okay.
Thanks, Trump. And Liam writes, guys, my cousin got his identity stolen. He used ATM in a bodega, then 3 days later noticed someone was withdrawing $500. Have you guys experienced this?
My dad's had his credit card hacked about 4 times.
I would never use a bodega ATM.
But I've had my credit card stolen like 3 times also. Yeah, like I've had, but I've always had, they've always Capital One. They've always made good on it. It hasn't been an issue. They've handled it perfectly.
It is amazing how often like your information can get hacked, though.
I also would never use. I don't use a debit. Do you guys use a debit card?
Yeah, all the time.
Never.
Oh, because I don't use a debit card out of just fear that it's one thing if a credit card you get charges and they don't actually pay it. Debit card, they can take money out of your account.
Yeah.
Right.
So that always worries me. So that's why I never use a debit card.
I never use my debit card because I never know how much money I have in my account.
I use a debit card just because it makes me more thrifty. If it's credit card, it's like, well, I don't have the money anyway. But if it's debit card, it's like I know I should not use it.
Well, they said the best way to do it is just carrying around cash. Just carry. If you don't have the money then you don't buy it. That's probably the best way to make you thrifty.
Yeah, but I'm always. Then what if you get mugged?
Well, I mean, what if your card gets stolen? There's a lot of things that could happen.
Yeah, but I feel like there's more of a chance of getting mugged than there is of my card getting hacked.
If your card gets hacked, you lose a lot more money than when you get mugged.
Well, I feel better using a card.
I'm gonna convince you otherwise very soon. Eros writes, I went to this it must be Black Masseuse Saturday, and meeting. She was 18 years old, petite Asian girl. I went to this masseuse place, and there was an 18-year-old petite Asian girl. She explained to me how she immigrated from China and is trying to make enough money to get her parents here, since they are sick and can get better here in the States. Anyway, the girl gave me a hell of a hand job. I tipped her an extra $70 or half and half. It was so tight. I never knew a butthole was so tight, guys. Sunshine Spa in Jackson Heights, 73rd Street. Recommend for those Brink fans who live in Queens. There's no question.
Okay. That's
Eros writes, next time you guys make a relationship advice podcast, please have Mark's wife in it. I want to know how I can leave my spouse and leave her with the kids and go to a bachelor party with all my homies and dance and have sex with strippers. No one else actually gave me any shit. Anyone else I told I was going to my wife was going to a bachelor party in like real life, not in the podcast. Told them about it. They were like, oh, that's great. Oh, that's... And here they're all like, what the
Did
fuck?
she go already?
Yeah, she did. She's back.
That was in Nashville, right?
Yeah, she went to Nashville. They actually, it's usually like warm this time of year in Nashville. And it snowed while they were there. But yeah, she had a great time, and she showed me lots of pictures, and none of the pictures involved guys' dicks. So
what did she think of Nashville? Did she like it?
Yeah, she liked it. Have you been there?
No, I mean I just heard it's like girl Vegas.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said to me. Also, she said like there was bachelor parties everywhere. So, but yeah, they had a good time, and and I survived with the kids all weekend, so it worked out. And Eris writes, Mark, good for your wife. She bring home the kosher bacon and is the man in the house, the alpha primary kosher breadwinner. Glad she's taking a stand and like a man doing what she wants because bitch pay the bills in this house. Pimping rule 73. Okay. I don't think that's actually the case, but thank you.
It seems like that rule should be higher than 73.
Yeah. What are the first 72? Like, what is the top? Rolling Stone's going to put out the pimping top 50 rules. You're up, Jay.
Grant writes, what basketball team are you going to follow next year?
I fucking hate the Knicks, so not them.
Are the Knicks folding?
They should. They fucking don't know when to win and when to lose games.
Well, I mean, I always root for a West Coast team because the Knicks are always out of the playoffs like 8 weeks into the season.
Guess what, Jay? Here's what you're going to be excited about. Chase and Randall played 7 minutes tonight. Derrick Rose played 32. Melo played 41. Randall, 7 minutes.
Well, that's what a tanking team should do. Just play all their vets and none of the young guys.
At least be on the same. Phil Jackson and Hornacek just get on the same page and go, hey, Hornacek, you're not going to lose your job. If you lose, we need you to lose because that's what we need to do right now. We're all fucking retarded here. We're the Knicks.
Yeah, I don't know what West Coast team. Maybe Minnesota.
Yeah. Houston. I like following. Even though I kind of hate James Harden, I kind of like watching their offense.
Yeah, I can't watch that flopping asshole.
Yeah.
Andrew writes, funny story, the other day I was out bushwalking when I stumbled upon a young lady with side boob in the midst of finger blasting herself, but I looked closer, it turned out to be a stack of fatties. Well,
that picture Andrew posted was hilarious. Brian, did you see the picture Andrew posted?
No. Where is it?
It was no, it was Andrew. It was Austin. He did a leaked photo.
It's on the Brink Facebook page.
It was Jay with his Long Island crew. It was really funny.
Let me look that
Jay,
up.
did you think it was funny?
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah. Where are we in the questions? Alan writes, "Hi guys,
It's Alex. I know it's a tough word to read, but it's Alex.
What? No, are we doing Alan's question or not?
Yeah, we can do
I
that.
I see Alex's question below. Are we going to read Alan's question?
Sure.
What are you said you giving me shit for it?
Because I missed Alan's question.
You're like, it's pronounced Alex. I'm like, no, I think ALAN is pronounced Alan.
This is the part of the show where Jay gets cranky because it went on too long.
It's almost over, Jay. We've gone through the questions pretty fast. This is record time. We're almost done. Alan writes, "Hi guys. Following on from your last podcast about prostitutes, I have a story. I've been working in Dubai for the last 11 months. One day, my work colleague and I was at this nightclub restaurant. Anyway, I saw tons of ladies going from one table to another. I didn't know anything about it at the time. A good-looking girl came over to our table, started talking to my colleague. He then starts negotiating with her. She then said it would be double her fee for both of us. I was shocked. Been working in the country for 3 months and never knew it happens in Muslim country. I politely declined and made my way home. Her fee was $500-$600 for the night. Oh, and I shagged her a couple weeks later. Them Russian girls. Wow."
Maybe I'm cheap, but $500-$600 seems like way too much money for sex.
I could spend less on that at a chick at a bar. And, yeah.
She better be really hot for that kind of money. Yeah, I think I'm too cheap to do that all. I mean, if you listen to the show, you know I'm too cheap for that.
I already got called an asshole for trying to skip the questions.
Okay, do you gonna go to Alex?
It wasn't even a question.
Who gave you called you an asshole? Stop reading the damn message board or the
I'm not.
group
It's
chat.
It's on the Facebook page.
Okay, Alex writes, moving to go live with my longtime girlfriend tomorrow. Moving in with my longtime girlfriend tomorrow. Any advice for a first-time renter?
Don't move in with her.
Well, he didn't even ask questions about moving in with her. He was asking questions for a first-time renter.
So he must have been living with his parents, I guess.
You have to be asking questions about living with a girlfriend, right?
I think he's asking about renting.
Yeah.
Any advice for?
He's like, I'm cool with living with a
Don't-
woman for the first time in my life, but renting an apartment, I need advice on that.
Don't rent an apartment above Jay's neighbors.
Yeah, don't live in my building. I would say set up all your utility. Oh, you're moving in tomorrow, so I was gonna say set up all your utilities before you move in.
I guess get renter's insurance. It's probably a good idea. Do you guys have rent?
I don't.
Jay,
I don't.
You don't, and Bri, you probably do because you own.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually only even got. I didn't have renter's insurance till like I got engaged with my my now wife, and like I couldn't figure out a way to insure the ring I got her without getting renter's insurance. So, Alex,
I don't think there's anything else you need to know for renting an apartment. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, guess do a walkthrough, and let the building know any problems when you move in, so you don't get charged for them later.
Yeah, if you see any cracks or anything, take pictures of them.
Yeah, and if there's any problems in the apartment, make sure they come fix them.
Yeah.
Alex, right? What movie were you looking forward to, but it was ruined by the trailer?
Don't Breathe.
It
was a really good movie, but the trailer showed something really kind of took all the suspense out of one of the most suspenseful parts.
It wasn't trailer, but I was really looking forward to the movie Fences, and Bri ruined that for me.
It was terrible. Don't waste your time.
Alex also writes, St. Paddy's Day is coming up, and people get drunk as hell because it's an Irish holiday, and we have a reputation for our drinking. What stereotypes do you think are earned, and what stereotypes are unfair? So time to be racist.
All right.
I think that most stereotypes are pretty true.
Anyone in particular, Jay? You want to be a little more specific and make people angry?
Like Asians are good at math, and they are bad
drivers.
Yes. Both of those are true.
Yeah.
Black people talk during movies.
That is definitely true, and they definitely really like fried chicken. Hey, it's true.
Jason, you want to
Actually, the dude in Desmond, what's his name? Denzel Washington's character was like stereotypical black guy from like the 50s, like the way he was talking and stuff.
White people really like
eating watermelon the whole movie?
No, but he was just, I don't know. Just something about him just annoyed me.
white people like mayonnaise.
I don't
They
really
do?
like mayonnaise that much. No. White people like Starbucks.
Yeah.
White people like frozen yogurt.
White people don't like black people.
I heard Koreans don't like black people either.
Well, nobody likes Koreans.
Yeah, who cares about Koreans?
Yeah. Jason writes, "Hurry up! I'm about to eat dinner. Stop being lazy minorities."
Okay.
Oh, I know a stereotype. Poor people would rather have an iPhone than health insurance.
Yeah.
Yep, that's definitely true. But apparently 24 million poor people would rather have iPhones.
They all do. None of them. They're all scamming the system, and they're all just lazy and don't want to work.
Did you hear Paul Ryan was like, "It's not a beauty show. It's not a beauty pageant. We're not trying to compete with coverage with Obamacare." You're like, actually, your president said you were. Actually, your president said you wanted to cover everyone. That's literally opposite of what your president said.
Yeah.
24 million people. It's also the people that are being hit the most by this new change in health in the Obamacare to Obamacare Light are the people who voted for Trump.
Yep.
Which is kind of people fuck themselves, I guess.
And last question, Andrew writes, can you ring any business or government department in Canada, in particular Toronto, and ask if there had been any beast sightings lately?
That's kind of funny. You missed just 2 more questions.
Is that like an inside joke I don't know about?
It's from the Knicks podcast.
Oh.
Austin writes, would you rather lick Robin Quiver's butthole or Wendy Williams?
Anywhere on Wendy Williams or her butthole too?
Butthole also.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to go with Robin Quivers because I probably can get on the Howard Stern show then.
I'd go with Robin because she did coffee enemas, and so maybe her butt tastes like coffee.
Yeah. I would go with Robin because I am not totally convinced that Wendy Williams is not a man.
Well, that's true.
You would also find out right there.
Yeah.
Andrew writes, last question. Would Jay listen to a full Drake album all in one go if it meant he passed the CPA exam?
You'd have to pass all of them, probably.
Yeah, well, Jay, would you do it for all of them?
Well, read that again.
Would you listen to a Drake album from start to finish if it meant you could pass the CPA exam?
Yes. I would probably
I would listen to a Drake album if it was called How to Pass the CPA Test.
Would you let Wendy Williams lick your butthole if it meant you could pass the CPA exam?
Yes. I'm getting desperate, so there's not many. I'm going to say yes to most of these, so if you want to.
Would you let Wendy Williams stick her hard cock up your butt so you could pass the CPA exam?
Jay, would you fail the CPA test 10 more times if it meant eventually you'll pass the CPA test?
And if I don't fail 10 times, I just never pass?
It's a pretty good question, Bri.
Yeah.
So the next 3 years of your life are devoted to it, but you're guaranteed to pass after those 3 years.
You have to go 10 in a row now of failing.
Yeah.
But you can't purposely fail. You have to try.
Right.
You can't just show up and just hand in a blank test.
Right. Yeah.
What if you fail 10 times and then I tell you that it was a impossible question and you're just going to keep failing the rest of your life?
Then I will murder you.
Fair enough.
I've fallen for your trick, Bri.
Fool me 10 times. Joke's on me.
Would you give up all your podcasting if it meant passing the CPA test?
Dun,
dun, dun.
I know. It's podcasting is what keeps my sanity. But being broke is making me insane.
I've got a good one for you. Would you, if it meant you could pass the CPA exam, would you have your tonsils and the other thing you had taken out, the ulva or whatever, reinserted in your mouth?
Would you,
No.
if it meant you passed the CPA test, would you try and fail to be a video editor again?
If it meant you were going to pass CPA exam, would you spend 100 hours studying while the entire 100 hours someone's leading on their horn?
Would you rather have a cure for every problem you have physically, health-wise, or pass the CPA exam?
Health.
Would you rather
I'm
be
falling
able
apart.
to? Would you rather be able to sleep and digest milk?
Would you rather pass the CPA exam or have another free surgery of your choice?
Would you like to do an entire 2-hour podcast where all we do is ask you questions like this?
I mean, why would I opt for the free surgery when I could just write another nasty Yelp review and get one?
Jay, would you rather go to bed and not have to listen to us do this anymore, or pass the CPA exam?
Would you rather pass the CPA exam or have a mattress that doesn't work?
Well, I already have a mattress that doesn't work.
Would you rather pass the CPA exam or fail the CPA exam?
Would you if it meant you were going to pass the CPA exam, would you take all the ants from my house and have them move into your house?
I would, because once I pass the CPA exam, I'm out of here. And I'd love to leave ants for
If it
everybody
meant you
else.
passed the CPA exam, would you let us do this for another 2 hours tonight?
Yeah. But that's unconfirmed, so no.
If it meant you would pass the CPA exam, would you steal books from my public library?
Yeah, and I'd frame you.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm going.